Years ago, Barb and I moved to Seattle to do an apprenticeship for this whole church planting thing. And we worked for a year or two at a large church that was planting churches. And in doing that, we kind of sold everything we had. We loaded up in one little car. We had one baby at the time. I was working odd jobs here and there. We didn't have much income coming in, and it was a struggle for us. It was difficult. And I found it hard to worship God. All I could do was cry out because of pain. But I remember one day I walked into my daughter Leah's room, and in her room, she had a small walk-in closet in our apartment. And I had turned that closet into a time where I would spend every day meeting with God and speaking and praying and talking and building my relationship with Him. But I was in such angst, and we were struggling, we were hurting so badly that as my little baby Leah slept in the crib outside the door of the closet, I began making too much noise. I even began singing to God and asking God to help me. I'm here because God, I want to do what you want. I want to do life with you. I need your power and strength again. And at that moment, I sang and I talked a bit much to where it woke baby Leah up. And she began screaming and rattling the edge of her crib. And I was frustrated because I wanted to spend more time there in my quiet with God. And she would scream. And the more I would say, God, please help her shut up, the more louder she would scream. And finally, I opened the doors and I walked over and I saw my little, maybe 9-month-old girl standing up in her crib with the posture that many of you parents know and you've seen. She raised her hand. She said, Dada, pick me up. And in that moment, I learned something about myself and about God and the relationship He wants for us. Maybe you've noticed people, when we gather or watching some of our music or worshiping with their hands lifted high. Well, when we lift our hands to God, that is one reason we do that is because we come before Him like my little baby daughter. And we say, Dada, I need you, hold me. Put me in the place where I need to be with you. It's a way of saying, I surrender, God. It's a way of saying, hands off, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to let you be in charge, and I'm going to give you all the praise for whatever happens. See, that is what worship is all about. And when we begin to living our lives like that, God becomes famous. Will you become that person who worships God, who really spends time with Him, who sees every activity in your life as though you're partnering with God for Him? Because that's where real enthusiasm begins to grow and build as you keep your life in His, not the other way around.